What is going on, guys? It's your boy ShadyMikeGaming, and welcome to another NBA 2K21 modding showcase. Normally I would call this modding Monday, but I don't actually know what day we're going to be watching this on. So it could be Monday, it could be Sunday, it could be Thursday for all I know. But nonetheless, thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate all the support on the channel, and you know, obviously on the Discord and all the signature shot videos as well. If you do like the content, as always, please like and subscribe. It really helps a small YouTuber like myself. We are closing in on 14,000 subscribers. So next order of business, this modding showcase is brought to you by the 2K Modding Society. That is our modding Discord. We've just recently hit 5,000 members. That's an incredible milestone. We have an incredible group of people over there just really carrying the modding community. And a special shout out because it's all about community over there. So be sure to join that. I really want to, you know, we've put so much effort as of late into upgrading the server and really trying to turn it into the #1 place for you to get your 2K mods and all that good stuff and have those types of discussions. One other thing I want to say, for this modding showcase, this is going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to make sure to have timestamps in the description so that you can get to exactly where you need to go. Number one thing, guys, I've always said, like, I always want to make sure what we're doing here on my channel and with the 2K Modding Society is just continuing to empower and build and grow our influence over the 2K community. Right now, it's just all park YouTubers and that's it. Offline players, simulation gamers, we don't really have a voice. So I know I'm a small channel and I'm not really where I want to be in terms of size, but I think if we can continue to grow, in the mindset that we want to build up PC gaming and simulation gaming and modders and make it where we have a much bigger voice, we can have a much bigger impact. So that's all I got. Again, thank you so much for all the support on the channel. It's been crazy as of late. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, first up, we're going to take a look at some jerseys. And one thing that I have to say, one of my favorite things about being a part of the modding community is just not having to wait for 2K to add content like jerseys and courts into the game. So all summer, we've been getting leaks across the internet for what jerseys and teams are going to be wearing in 2022. So, you know, city jerseys, statement jerseys, classic jerseys. So the modding community has already gotten started putting these into NBA 2K21, and who knows, these might actually take a while to be in 2K22. The first jersey we're going to take a look at is the Heat. They're going to be their jersey. I don't know if it's the city or statement, but this is going to be their alternate jersey, and you can kind of see this is made by Cheesy, and this is kind of like a combination of a bunch of different jerseys that the Heat have worn. I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this jersey. I kind of like the pink that they do, or maybe even the yellow that they did last year, but you know, I'm not a Heat fan, so I'm sure the fans like you know, them paying homage to all the different eras of Heat basketball. So I'm really excited to have this jersey in the game early. Next up, this is also by Cheesy. This is the Cavs City jersey, and I really like this jersey. It's just a really nice, clean design. I love the textures on the red. It really pops. Now, one cool thing about this is a confirmed leak. This is definitely going to be their jerseys, but we also have a fictional alternate court by a modder named Techiology. Now, this court does seem to be like completely fictional. Like, I don't think this is actually going to be the court that they use when you know, they wear these jerseys. But if you want like an awesome Cavaliers court to pair with you know, these jerseys, this is an incredible concept by Techiology, and I wanted to share it because I loved it, and I thought it was, you know, just a really good look. So next up, we have the leaked jerseys for the Lakers, and these are made by a modder named Naetsu, and I do as well believe these are confirmed to be real. These are going to be one of the Lakers alternates. again, I mean, I don't know how I feel about these. Natsu did an incredible job of replicating what we've seen in the leagues. He did a great job making the jerseys. I just don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the style, but nonetheless, you're gonna see LeBron and Westbrook and AD and all those guys rocking these new threads. So next up, and this is more of like a collaborative mod between Cheesy and Samuel. 3 teams have they're being called Origin jerseys. So I guess these are like for some of the teams that have been in the NBA since the beginning. So we have the Warriors, Knicks, and Celtics, and they all have these Origin jerseys. Now, one thing that did trigger me a little bit is I'm pretty sure the Warriors were in Philadelphia when they started, so I don't know, like I'm pretty sure these jerseys are like knockoffs of the Philadelphia Warriors, so I'm not 100% sure why the Warriors get them, but I digress. That's not important. But these leaks are official. We do have both the jersey and the shorts, and the shorts really are the most incredible part, especially on the Celtics edition. They did a great job, Cheesy and Samuel, in a collaborative effort in capturing the attention to detail. The textures on these jerseys are insane, so they look really, really good when you put them in your game. I think you guys are really like that. Also, a modder named VDW0 made a 75th anniversary court. Now, this is not fictional, it's a leak, so this should be the official court that the Warriors use when they wear their Origin jersey, but it may be off just a little bit just because we did base this off of a leak. Nonetheless, he did a great job getting this designed. Really excited to get this into the game. All right, guys, and next up we're going to get into what's a lot of people's favorite part of the video. We're going to take a look at some Cyberfaces. Now, I love Cyberfaces because they can range from so many crazy different things to superheroes and or just, you know, very realistic updates and upgrades to NBA players. But first, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to take a look at who is, in my personal opinion, just of our generation, the greatest rapper of our generation. In my opinion, the greatest rapper of all time, a lyrical genius, one of the best lyricists, one of the best writers of all time. I think he's very underrated in terms of being a writer. That is, you guys can already see on the screen here, none other than Drake. Yes, that's right, guys. We got Drake. A modern named Dr. Toboggan made an incredible Drake Cyberface here, and it was funny because when he dropped it, he said, "Yo, Mike, this is about to be your next thumbnail." He knew it, you knew it, I knew it. You guys know how big of a Drake fan I am. All time favorite artist, rapper, whatever you want to call him. He's just, you know, incredible to have him in the game with the updated haircut, with the updated tattoos. One little detail I love, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but like he's wearing the same accessories that Drake was wearing in the Laugh Now, Cry Later music video. So this is incredible. This is like seriously one of my favorite mods of the year. And moving on, excuse my joke, but he also did make a Kanye West Cyberface, and I know there's a lot of hype around Kanye right now, you know, with his new album releasing or released. I don't know if he released it. I know he had some event where he was flying around in the air. That was kind of weird at the Hawks, or no, not at the Hawks, at the Falcons stadium. So shout out to Kanye for all those guys that want a Kanye Cyberface. But for me, and it's also made by Dr. Toboggan as well. Got to give him a shout out. He's doing incredible work right now, and wow, this is just awesome content. So next up, guys, I want to get into, obviously these are a couple guys that needed Cyberfaces. 2K did release official Cyberfaces for Cade Cunningham, number 1 pick over the in the draft, but we just got some better ones off the internet. This Cade Cunningham is made by a modern named LeBron Shu, XU, however you pronounce that. Very good Cyberface, very good Cyberface. But I did want to say that after I edited the video together, it was just is what it is. I saw Los Josh's Cade Cunningham. Now everybody knows Los Josh. He's one of the best Cyberface makers in the game. Everybody knows Los Josh. He's fantastic, and he's got a Cade Cunningham as well. There's a lot of Cade Cunninghams out there in general now. I thought Los Josh's LeBron's shoes was really good. I don't really like to compare, but I thought my personal favorite one was the one by Los Josh. I just didn't have time to I didn't notice it until after I had basically edited the video together, so I just wanted to kind of pop a screenshot of Los Josh's into. I think Los Josh did a really good job on the screen, on the face texture, excuse me. It's just got a really nice texture to the face, so special shout out to him. Then next up we have the second overall pick, Jalen Green, by modern name AETM, and he's got kind of like a hair update. This is a really nice Cyberface. I think that he killed this. They didn't do a great job on Jalen Green off rip. Can't lie, they didn't do a very good job. 2K and Jalen Green, excuse me, AETM really has Jalen Green looking right. Now we do also have another version of Jalen Green by Dr. Toboggan, the same one that made Drake and Kanye, and this one has the tattoos on it, so definitely feel free to choose between whichever one that you guys like in that situation. And keeping up with the Cyberfaces again, I really just wanted to cover like a lot of the people. I didn't want to like be only college players or anything like that, but we do have Russell Westbrook, and obviously he's new on the Lakers. He's got some new hair too. It seems to be like a little bit of a lighter color. I don't know if it's just they cut it shorter, but anyways, Vin Dragon's got Russell Westbrook looking really good in the game. The default 2K Westbrook is terrible. So special shout out to Vin Dragon getting Russell Westbrook looking right in his new threads in LA. All right, guys, and I know this is the part of the video that a lot of you guys have been waiting for, but we're going to go step by step, and we're going to take a look at my exact mod setup in terms of graphics. So these are some mods that I want to share that will tell you exactly how to get your game looking exactly how I had it in my last, short modding teaser trailer. These are the exact mods that I was using, and I want to let you guys know everything is free as well, but a lot of people were interested in this mod setup, and I'm going to continue to tweak this and continue to improve it, and if I do find anything that's better, I will let you guys know. So the first thing, and you guys might think it's small, but it's not, we are using the Wilson ball by X Evan. This Wilson ball, guys, I don't know what it is. There's just the way it reflects light. It's phenomenal. It's one of, like, in my opinion, one of the most impactful mods we've had in 2K. So this ball is the one that I use in all of my screenshots. It's insanely high quality. It just, no matter what lighting you're using, no matter what reshade, it just reflects really well. So that's the number one thing that I'm using. Now, the second thing that I'm using, again, is small, but this is a critical mod. I'm using DB's free look camera mod. Now, this is the mod that allows me to get all of those crazy angles that I get on all of my players and all of my videos. Basically, what you do with this mod is you actually drag it into your stadium file, which is the sxxx.iff file for whatever lighting you're using, and we're going to get to that here shortly. But what this does is it removes the boundaries of 2K and really lets you move the camera wherever you want. This is a critical must-have mod, and this is an incredibly well done job by DBs for making this for us. Next up, guys, the actual lighting that I use. I use what's called real skin lighting by Sports Hub. Now, the point of this lighting is to just have the most realistic skin texture possible. And he did a really great job of that. Now, it does come with a global, but we're not going to be using the included global. We're going to take it a step further and we're going to use the Take on Reality Global by Samuel. Now, a lot of people ask what global I'm using. This is the global that I'm using. Now, this is a very special global. Samuel is using some techniques that have never been done before, never been seen before. What he's doing is he's using the skin texture files from NBA 2K16. So he's somehow found a way to get NBA 2K16 skin, and it just really reflects light a lot better than some of the other skins that we've seen. So it just gives the players a really nice, unique, sharp look. And this global, and again, guys, you know, we made a video on that already. You know, we can mix and match globals. We can mix and match sweat and nets and things of that nature. But this is the base global that I use. In the menu, it does make like every player like one shade, like a little bit too dark. But that's only when you're editing your players. Like, as you can see, when you get in game and you're actually looking in game, everybody looks phenomenal. They look great. There's no issues whatsoever. So that's the lighting, Real Skin Lighting by Sports Hub, and the Take on Reality Global by Samuel that I'm using. And then I also, on top of that, use a Reshade, also made by Samuel. This is called Samuel's RTGI Reshade. It is a ray tracing reshade. Now, I know you guys are going to be asking what's the difference between Mokna's Reshade and this one. The reason I chose this one over Mokna's is simple. They're both fantastic mods, but my computer just could not run Mokna's Reshade at a stable FPS. I was dipping down into the 40s and 50s, and I don't like that. I'm a 1440p 144 hertz player. I don't like my frames dipping too low, below 60. Samuel's Reshade was giving me a little bit better frames. If you have a stronger PC than me, you can choose whichever, but I use Samuel's RTGI Reshade. Now, a lot of people, the most important thing is the installation of this Reshade. After you install the Reshade, you have to make sure you go into your video settings, turn anti-aliasing all the way down to 1, and you have to turn off depth of field as well. That's the only thing that's going to give you that ray tracing effect, and as you guys can see, it looks incredible. All right, so now that we've gone ahead and shown all the mods that I use, I kind of want to show you guys like these mods in action, and then for my Nvidia users, I want to show you guys how you can take it to another step. So this is just base lighting, the base Real Skin lighting from Sports Hub, and the Take on Reality Global from Samuel. As you can see, it looks good. You know, the skin textures look pretty good, but once you add the Reshade, I'm going to do that now, the ray tracing Reshade from Samuel, you can see like it really starts to pop, and you really get a much more HD texture. Even like you look at the details on the ball, everything just is enhanced and sharpened, as you can kind of see me toggling on and off. And I've heard people say like, oh, this is fake ray tracing and all that stuff. Like, when you look, you can literally see new shadows popping up as this is enabled. So this is a real deal. This is a real deal tech, and it looks great in the game. So that really adds like kind of that next gen look, adds, you know, a lot of depth to the game. Now, again, for my Nvidia users, for those of you that would like to take it a step even beyond that, I use the in-game Nvidia filter. So for my setup, at least, to pull that up, you hit Alt and then you hit Z and you go to Game Filter. Also, this was inspired by a user named Sticky Fingers, so all the credit to him. I've since tweaked his preset, but this is the preset that I use. It's just a basic depth of field. You have a tilt shift filter here, and then you have a depth of field here, and you can kind of see that blurring effect. So now you can't really see anything behind Middleton, but you can just see like everything is that much more sharper. Now, obviously, this is impossible to game with. You can't game with it like that, but you can make adjustments. So when I pull my filter up and I'm taking screenshots, this depth of field, the far blur curve, is at 0. Obviously 100, the blur is gone. 0, it's the maximum amount of blur for the maximum amount of depth. So we're gonna go ahead and disable that. Now when I go into camera, showing you guys all the secrets, this is my camera that I use, zoom 4, height 1, broadcast generic. What I like to do is I pull this filter. Again, you still can't see, but instead of it being 0, I pull it to 15. And this is a great spot for when you're playing broadcast cam. Still looks really good and adds a lot of the depth and sharpness to the game. Excuse my court being a little bit bright. I was just kind of experimenting with some mods there. Obviously that'll look a lot better and more realistic in gameplay. So that is for the broadcast camera, and then we're gonna scroll here. Sometimes I will play in 2K low. I like to pull the camera all the way back, max height. Now again, still when I turn that filter on, even at 15, with the chase camera, it's a little bit too much. I can't see where I'm shooting, and when I'm bringing the ball up, I mean, I can't even see the top half of the screen. So for 2K cam, what I like to do is take that filter and take it from 15, and you can go all the way up to 30. 30 sometimes a little bit blurry, or you can take it to 35, but 30, 35 is where I like to be for that filter when I'm playing with the 2K cam. It looks good. You can still the game is very playable, but you still get that extra depth of field effect, and you can see even as you're at the far end of the court, you can still see everything that you need to see.